This is Tuesday, June 7th. There are 43 days until San Diego Comic-Con 2016. Welcome to SDConCast, the official podcast of the San Diego Comic-Con unofficial blog.
V-A-N-U-H-T-E-E, go. Oh my God, I love Live Journal, and my Live Journal loves me. Current food is hyperactive.
Joining me on the podcast, I'm your host, James Riley, by the way, but joining me on the podcast, I wanted to get to all of them first. Kerry Dixon, Dear Diary, done died. It's been that kind of a week again.
I think we lost her.
Where did Kerry go? Kerry left?
Oh, come back, Kerry.
I think she dropped out. We'll go to the others real quick. Okay, so also joining us, Robert Warner's Roasted Robert Requests Respite.
Hey, guys.
It was hot out in Phoenix last weekend.
Yeah, it was a comfortable 115, I believe, on Saturday.
No. I got in my car, and my car told me it was 122.
Oof, that is brutal.
Yeah, that's
you can
bad.
cook. People put cookie dough on a car dashboards and let them cook in the heat.
Nice. I don't want to live in a place like that. You people are crazy. Okay, we're going to go back to Kerry now. Kerry's here. Hi, Kerry.
Did you say my name? Like my
Dear
little friend?
Diary, done died.
I was hoping, I didn't do it on purpose. It just closed. But I was wouldn't it be funny if you said that and I just disappeared?
You did. That's exactly what happened.
That is what happened. I said it, I looked up, and you were gone because I didn't hear anything. Like, there's no laugh, no answer, nothing?
Nope.
And finally, also joining us tonight after an adventurous few weeks, I think, Kim Twomley, Bieber blasting because baby.
Hooray. It's so good to be back.
We missed you.
Thanks, guys.
We saw the baby earlier, and
Now she's having a nuclear meltdown, so she went away.
In another room. Daddy's taking care of that.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to get to the news. We will, if we have time, because there is a lot of news this week.
A little bit.
If we have time, we will answer questions, and of course, we will answer them as we go along. So use the G+ Q&A, or tweet us at SD_comic_con, or use the hashtag SDConCast. And we're off. So first off, let's talk about something big that happened today. Why don't you start, Kerry?
So people have been asking me all week. Let's start over. We decided last week, we asked you guys if you would prefer if we stayed at Henry's Pub, where our party Enchantment Under the SDCC was going to be free, or if you would prefer if we moved to Analog Bar, which has a little bit higher capacity, and we could guarantee, you would get in, you'd have a ticket, all that jazz. And you guys voted overwhelmingly to sell tickets, so we sold tickets today. And people kept asking me all week, how fast are these going to sell out? I was like, well, last year it took a couple days, so I think maybe 3 days. No, 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
And I'm not
even... What happened?
I have no idea.
It's Comic-Con levels of...
I've refreshed the page a couple times, and then after a couple minutes, I saw that the regular tickets were sold out, and there were still T-shirt tickets left. And then those went another minute later, and I thought I was that kid in the car after going to the dentist.
You guys know you bought a ticket to Enchantment Under the SDCC, right? This is not the Star Trek premiere. You're not going to Conan O'Brien. You guys know that, right?
They get some cool stuff, though.
They do get some cool stuff.
And a chance to win more cool stuff.
Yes, we've got awesome stuff for you guys. So everybody gets a bag. The bag is either going to be Viz Media or Monster High. You guys are going to get a ton of stuff from Mattel in that goodie bag. We're giving away a ton of stuff, like a Hasbro Fast Pass, an entire set of all of Factory Entertainment's exclusives, stuff from Symbiote Studios, stuff from Warner Archive, stuff from a ton of companies that we have not even announced yet. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, seriously.
And new this year, we actually have food. Exciting. It's not going to be a ton of food. It'll be light food, is what we keep saying. But you guys also get 2 drink tickets. So
And free soda all night.
And free soda all night.
And the bar will be open.
Yes.
As well as the restaurant portion, so you can also order additional food if you're still hungry, if you didn't manage to get food before you showed up.
So it's going to be a good time. We are really excited to show you guys what all we've got planned for you, and we're excited, quite frankly, just to talk to you.
Yeah, and have a chance to actually do that in some past years maybe we've been running around a little too much.
Yes, we have volunteers this year.
Minions to do our work for us.
It's a whole new world.
And then we'll just run around doing all the work again. All right, so that's the big news for us, and we're in charge, so we put that first as the biggest news of the day. But there's other stuff, so let's move on. Kim, what else?
So one of our readers noticed that the One Iota site updated for Conan dates returning. So we did know he announced last year actually that he would be returning to Comic-Con for a taping of his show. We can probably assume he'll be back at the Spreckles, but I don't think that's been finalized yet.
I actually think it has.
It has?
They've released a couple press releases earlier in the year, and they mentioned Spreckles, so I would assume.
Yeah, that's the best place for them. So he'll be there Wednesday through Saturday, taping again, and nothing's gone on sale yet, so no one needs to worry about anything, but we will keep an eye on the One Iota site for when tickets go on sale.
Yeah, and because somebody asked this yesterday and I looked it up, last year tickets went on sale roughly 3 weeks before the convention, so I think we're a little bit early right now, so like she said, don't panic just yet. So
Just yet.
Just yet.
Panic in a week or two.
Yeah.
Just hold it off. Oh, wait, there's other things to panic about this week, though.
Yeah, there really are.
All right, so also this last week, there have been a ton of exclusive announcements.
Good Lord, yes.
And some companies have done, just dropped everything all at once. Other companies kind of just sprinkle them out. And one of the companies that's been sprinkling them out is Mattel. And over the last week, we have found out that they are releasing a Suicide Squad Joker and Panda Man action figure set, retail for $40. All of these are going to be their usual process where you can get them for subscribers. You can get them on June 15th online, and then starting June 17th, they'll be available for all access for anyone until June 26th. And then they'll be available at the show, of course, and anything left over will be available after the show at some point. So this Suicide Squad Joker and Panda Man set retails for $40. There will be a Harley Quinn Hot Wheels car for $20. There will be a 50th anniversary Star Trek Hot Wheels car where Spock is leaning on a 1964 Buick Rivera that he drove on the original TV, that he drove during the TV show, I guess that Leonard Nimoy drove.
I think this looks so cool.
It does.
I may be alone in that, but so far, truthfully, this is my favorite exclusive that's been announced.
The one that is actually funny, interesting is the Harley Quinn one, because they basically put the car like she is in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Hanging in a cage. That's actually pretty funny. They're actually putting some thought into these things.
Howells does some cool stuff for the convention. But what else is Mattel bringing, James?
And then also a Thundercats Wily Kit and Wily Cat 2-figure set that will retail for $60.
And this is gonna be hot. This is like when Mattel announced what all they were doing for the convention. This is the thing everybody was asking about.
Yeah, I don't see some of these things lasting past. Definitely not on the online sale. They'll be gone right away. But they also will not last to most likely. Unless they actually hold stuff back for the AfterCon online sale, these won't last to that.
They do. They always hold a couple things back for the after sale.
They'll be gone quick, though, just like everything during the show. There will also be a Hot Wheels Daredevil set. This just keeps on going here.
Yeah, this is just this is the third announcement today is what you're looking at right now.
There will be 2 exclusive Mega Block sets for Bebop and Leonardo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
And Michelangelo and Rocksteady. There's two sets
Michelangelo and
there.
Rocksteady. 2 retails for $25
Each.
Then there will be the DC Superhero Girls Katana, which looks awesome. I think that looks really high quality, and a lot of people want that doll.
Yes, it looks gorgeous.
And then also that apparently a billion people want is the WWE Elite Figure Shockmaster, which will retail for $30. It is the Shockmaster from the WCW Clash of Champions 24. And it's actually going to be packaged upside down and backwards in the package as he entered the ring in that fight.
I'm not going to lie. When I saw this, I know nothing about wrestling. Let's preface this. I'm sure you're all shocked. When I saw this today on Mattel's site, and I saw, like, the thing of him upside down and turned around, I was like, did he, like, come out of the packaging and is, like, in it wrong? Like, why would they post this on the site? Which is why it's not on our site, because I was like, surely this isn't right. Like, somebody posted the wrong photo. So.
Yeah. It's hilarious. And based on comments in the tag and such, this is going to be a really sought-after figure. A lot of people want this.
Really excited. I don't get it, but people are really excited.
So we also got a closer look at the Wonder Woman Barbie, which looks really nice also. Mattel is really killing it on their toys this year. They all look really nice.
Yes.
There is we got a closer look at the Disney Pixar Precision Series Hudson Hornet, the box and everything. And I think that's really all we got was just closer looks at ones they had already announced last week.
Yeah.
So that's all. That's all for Mattel so far. There may be more, right? Maybe?
I don't know. I haven't had a chance to sit down and look and see, because earlier in the year they released that photo that had, like, here's all of our different brands. I'm
going to go down to the bottom of our post and find that. And did we have it on there?
No, it's a different post.
Oh. All right. We'll go do that sometime. We'll figure it out.
But yeah. So something not related to exclusives that I think is pretty big also happened this week. Robert, you want to tell us a little bit about that?
So James Gunn, known for Guardians of the Galaxy, he was answering questions on his Facebook, and someone asked him if they would be returning to San Diego this year. And he didn't come out and say no. If you remember last year, he flat out said that Marvel would not be returning to Comic-Con last year, but this year he kind of teased, an appearance this year. He said that he'd love to come back to Comic-Con. He'd like to bring some friends with. So, hey, it's at this point it's not a no, so it's still possible.
Well, and if you watch the video, like, he's smiling the whole time, and he's like, yeah, wouldn't it be fun to go to San Diego and bring some friends along? Wouldn't that be cool? I think that'd be cool. So I feel like it was very much like, yes, we're going, I just can't say we're going.
Oh, definitely.
Right? And since last year, he basically straight out said we're not going.
He did straight out say we're not going.
And this year, he hemmed and hawed around it and kind of wink, wink, nudge, nudged. I mean, honestly, that to me means Marvel's going to be there.
I think so, too. I totally think so as well. So that's good news, though. I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, that's
and
pretty awesome.
I'm never excited about anything. So.
And I'm super excited to not be in that line this year.
Yeah, I was gonna say get in line now.
Pretty much, yeah. So just real quick, if Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is coming, I would also pretty much assume that Doctor Strange is coming. I think it'll probably be too early for Thor Ragnarok, just because they only start filming on like July 4th or 5th. So I think it'll be way too early for that.
But
it would.
They've done it in the past, not Thor, but they could make casting and director announcements for upcoming movies, like Captain Marvel.
Yes, I think that is entirely possible.
So I'm actually expecting something like that, because they tend to do that. They always bring something extra out at the very end, even if it's just for 2 minutes.
Yep.
So also, we going back to exclusives, because again, as we said, did we mention there was a ton of them?
my God,
we're
yes.
going into the comic world now. So, Kim, can you let us know what's coming out?
It's a gigantic list, isn't it?
It's so long.
So independent publisher Oni Press. How do I say that? It's one of those
That's right.
words you look at.
Oni Press.
Oni Press announced their convention exclusives. There's going to be 3 items: Rick and Morty Lil Poopy Superstar #1, which is will only be available at Comic-Con at their booth. And the other 2 items, which are Fresh Romance V1, and Jeff Steinberg #1, will be at the con, but be available later in stores for anyone wanting to get their hands on those. And you can see the covers on our site on one of the many posts that Kerry's made in the past week. Thanks, Kerry.
This is a fun time of year. About Oni Press, they are also one of this year's sponsors at the party. So yay, Oni Press.
Awesome.
And you guys should expect some awesome stuff from them at the party as well.
Woo. Very cool. Very cool.
Toddland also announced their exclusives, and we love Toddland. They are the nicest people, and they do some really awesome stuff. This year, they are basically doing all Bob's Burgers, and it's some really neat stuff. So probably the hottest item that they have is they're doing a hoodie that has Louise from the show. The hood is like her pink bunny ears, and it's actually got the bunny ears. It looks really cool. I know that's going pretty fast. They've got a ton of t-shirts. They've got some other stuff, but this is all just Wave 1. Wave 2 will actually come out on Monday. But the cool thing about this is, just like several other companies, this is all available for pre-order for pickup at the convention, which is always nice because then you can know your stuff is secure and just go pick it up when you have time. It's always nice to be able to do that. But you can find all that information on our site or on toddland.com. And if you like Bob's Burgers, you should definitely check it out.
Yes.
Yes.
And their packaging is always awesome, too. They take that extra mile and have the packaging be awesome in addition to the actual products be awesome.
Yeah, like he was telling me about some of the packaging for some of the shoes they're announcing next week. Even I was like, this sounds awesome.
Yeah. All right, so another one of the companies that loves to give away stuff at our party.
Toddland does too, for the record.
Yeah. Factory Entertainment started announcing their exclusives this last week, and the first one was a set of Ghostbuster lithographs from the 2016 Ghostbusters movie. This will be limited to 500 pieces and is available now for pre-order to pick up at their booth or have it shipped after the con. And it is $25.
And their next exclusive will be announced tomorrow. Woo!
There you go. And they'll do like what, one every day or one every week?
It's
roughly?
it's like 2 a week. I've got the schedule sitting in my inbox, so I can really tell you, but it's like 2 a week.
Yeah. There you go. So we'll be doing Factory Entertainment announcements every podcast for the next 4 weeks.
Yeah, pretty much. And new this year, we are also partnering with Factory Entertainment to give away one of their exclusives. So you can also check out those giveaway raffles in our Factory Entertainment Master Post.
There you go. All right. So also coming up with exclusives, let us know what's coming up from Kid Robot, Robert.
All right, so Kid Robot revealed several of their Comic-Con exclusives, several different properties that range from Adventure Time, The Simpsons, Street Fighter, Looney Tunes, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Mega Man. They're all limited numbered. They range in price from $100 to $25, but they're really cool looking. Take a look at like the Looney Tunes one. I think that one's my favorite one visually. But new this year, they'll also be doing pre-orders on kidrobot.com for pickup at the convention. So that's a nice alternative that instead of running to the booth or getting in line.
It is, and they do some awesome stuff. I really like Kid Robot stuff, and it's all like, I mean, for high-end stuff, it's pretty affordable.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think the Mega Man one is like for $15. The Turtle ones are $40, so it's all reasonably priced.
Yeah.
That's like standard Comic-Con exclusive pricing, so it's not anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah. And forgive me, I don't know if you mentioned this, but all of this stuff is like in the pre-sale is like pre-sale pricing, so it may actually go up a little bit at the actual con. But another pre-sale that is happening actually tomorrow, or if you were listening to this on Wednesday, today.
Or you're listening to it on Thursday. Sorry, unless they have something left.
Pretty much, is Mezco. Mezco dropped all of their, well, we assume all of their exclusives the other day. They dropped 6 different ones. The first, they're doing some different stuff. They haven't announced pricing on any of this. None of that will actually be revealed until they put the pre-sale up tomorrow, which I find a little bit strange, but it's Mezco, so it's all a little bit strange. But they are doing a Thundercat Snarf plush, which looks kind of cool. They've got their own line of these little mini vinyl figures called Mezits, and they're doing a DC Joker and Harley Quinn Mad Love set from that comic. They are also doing a Thundercats Phasing Tigra action figure, which looks pretty cool. And I saw that getting some good buzz on social media. They are also doing 2 different 112 collectibles, which is their a little bit higher end action figure kind of stuff. They've got a Captain America, and he comes with interchangeable hands and a shield, and his shield actually has magnets, and so does his arm, so it'll actually stick, which is kind of cool.
Cool.
Yeah, and then they're also doing a Batman vs. Superman Armored Batman, which he looks pretty cool, and his armor is actually cast in real metal, not die-cast. He comes with a whole bunch of accessories as well, and then they always do a Living Dead dolls, and this year it's going to be Rain. So again, you can see all of that up on our site. We'll have prices in the morning as soon as the pre-sale goes live. We'll also be posting as soon as the pre-sale goes live as well, and that is, did they announce a time? Do I remember these things? I don't think they did announce a time, so we'll just see tomorrow. Could be fun.
All right. I don't think fun was the operative word, but okay. Well, so we knew this already, but it is official that Batman: The Killing Joke will have its world premiere for Friday night at Comic-Con, which they usually have a movie premiere for the WB animated movies Friday night of Comic-Con. Not too many more details yet, but we can expect cast to be there because they always bring cast. And Kevin Conroy, who plays Bruce Wayne, Batman, is already going to be there, so he'll most likely be on the panel.
Pretty much, yeah.
But let's pause in the news for a second because we have some questions that we probably should get to really quickly.
And in fact, this kind of ties into something we're going to talk a little bit later, but since this also ties into what you just talked about, let's take Lenny's question. So, Lenny, also known as an Englishman in San Diego, said, I believe you've reported the film festival will be taking up residence in the Hilton Marriott, which it will. And with all that, will that be all that's there? Will the Killing Joke premiere there, perhaps? I think that Killing Joke is probably going to stay in Ballroom 20. Ballroom 20 has larger capacity than the Marriott, but let's talk about the Marriott for a second, even though really this is later. Whatever, we're just going to move things around. So the Marriott added a huge new expansion, and Kim, you know a bit about it too. They added 2 new ballrooms, which, do you remember the capacity?
Oh, not offhand, and I didn't open it up.
3,700 each.
Thanks, James.
Look at you. Look at you. All right, 3,700 each. So yeah, that's smaller than Ballroom 20. So we've been asking ourselves for quite a while, like, what all is going to be over there? One thing that we do know that's moving to the Marriott is registration, on-site registration. Pro registration is moving over there. We've heard that basically all registration is moving over there. I haven't heard yet if lanyards, WB bags, souvenir programs, all that jazz is going to be over there as well, but I think it would potentially make sense if it's also over there. which may just mean that we're all heading over to the Marriott this year, or that a lot of us just don't pick up a WB bag. One of the two. But of those two ballrooms, the only thing that we know for sure that's being utilized is the Pacific Ballroom 23, I believe, which is going to be where the film festival is. But of that, like 33,000 whatever that James says that each one holds, that's only like 200 people. So there's a whole lot of space that's still open.
Right. And it's adjustable space, and they can
Yes.
close off different rooms or open up rooms. So they could theoretically take one whole 3,700-seat ballroom and make that into multiple smaller rooms to handle a lot of the logistics like registration and T-shirt pickup for the T-shirt when they eventually announce that. So they have the merch room. And just a lot of the little things that they've had spread out into different places, they can all gather into one area, and they still have a whole other 3,700-seat ballroom waiting to be used.
Right, and we know for sure that at least the Pacific Ballroom is being split up because obviously the film festival is in number 23, which is kind of in the middle. So
right, and they can't just take and just use the entire room for panels for both rooms. Unless they also have some other rooms elsewhere to use for the backstage kind of things. So it makes sense that they would break up one of them to use for other things and then also take some of those rooms to use as like a green room for the big room if they are using one of the other big room for panels. They can't just have that panel room exist on its own with nothing else to back it up in the behind-the-scenes stuff.
right. So in order to kind of roundabout answer that question, do I think other things will be in the Marriott? Yes. Do I think Killing Joke will be there? No. Like I said, I think that'll still be in Ballroom 20 on Friday night, just like it's been for the last 20 or the last 10 or so years. So good times. What questions do you want to answer, James?
I thought I saw one earlier. Let me check. Some questions about SDConCast, actually. On Twitter, Michelle Starkness asked, will you guys have a wait list for Enchantment Under the SDCC tickets? That's one. Do we have an answer yet? No, not yet. We will have an answer tomorrow.
I'm just afraid to tell people to email us so that I get like 8,000 emails.
We will. Basically, what we'll decide first is if we need to, because there may not be very many people who cancel out.
Yes.
So if that happens and it looks like we are having enough cancellations to make it worthwhile, like more than a few, we will actually most likely do a wait list and let you know in advance. If it's not, then there won't be. And someone else asked a question on, I think, on the Q&A. Let me find it here.
Is it that last one?
Jason Murphy, yeah, asked, can you get in the door even though tickets are sold out? And the answer right now is no. It's sold out. There's a capacity issue, so therefore we can't let anyone else in.
Yeah.
That's the basic answer.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, we have X number of goodie bags. We have X number of drink tickets, that kind of thing. So unfortunately, it's not like we can, if people leave, we can let more people in. Like, you could get in, but you wouldn't get anything. You'd just be
also,
in the room. So
we have X number of not getting the fire marshal mad at us.
Yes. I would appreciate not getting the fire marshal mad at us. But just real quick, I also wanted to say thank you guys so much for buying tickets this morning. I know we kind of talked a little bit about, oh my god, it sold out in 3 minutes, but like, we were shocked, and I have no idea why you guys want to hang out with us, but we are so grateful that you do. So.
Pretty awesome.
Yes.
It really is. It's
very.
We were talking, like I said, we were talking about how just like it blew our minds, but thank you, and thank you so much for wanting to hang out with us. That's really the weird part about it.
Yes. Okay, so real quick, one more question. We had a couple questions about the trolley and the shuttle. Do all the free shuttle lines go all the way to the convention center? Yes, they do. They do. Anywhere that the trolley stop, or not the trolley, the shuttle stops, it's going to take you over to the convention center. There's different lines. They make different stops. You can find all of that information either on our site or Comic-Con International site. They announced the shuttle lines today, which is pretty cool. Robert wrote about it. He could probably tell us more if we asked.
Not much changed. I think it was 57 stops that they're doing this year. As far as the hours, starting Thursday, it's pretty much 24 hours. So if you've taken the shuttle previously, it's not changing that much.
Yep. And then, do we have any experience with a trolley? Any of us?
I can answer that. So it was Gustavo here asks, or says he's staying in Old Town, and this year, where did the question go? Who clicked the question? I was reading it.
It's at the top.
So he's staying in Old Town. I don't see it, but
here,
do
I'll
you
read
have
it.
any experience? Okay, thanks.
Hey guys, I'm staying in Old Town this year. Any advice on getting to and from the convention center? And do you have any experience with a trolley?
And the basic answer is, yeah, the trolley is going to be your best bet because the Old Town trolley station is right there, hopefully pretty easy to walk to from whichever hotel you're staying at in Old Town. And MTS sells 4-day kind of Comic-Con themed tickets, so I don't think those are available yet, but actually I haven't looked recently, but those just buy your
last week
ticket.
Oh,
So-
and someone on Twitter asked if we can buy trolley tickets in advance.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
There you go. You can.
So that's
That was,
the easiest thing to do.
Manuel Ramos asked that on Twitter. So there you go. Answered 2 questions in 1.
What? All right. So let's.
And just
Let's
but
get
the
back.
thing in taking the trolley, just remember it leaves, unless I don't think anything's changed recently. The last train leaves the station at 1 in the morning. So it usually gets to the convention center if you're going Old Town direction. I don't know, maybe 1:30 or so. But always look at the time charts if you're staying late in downtown.
And you can always Uber, and you can use our code, which is SDCC blog.
And Uber is wonderful, or Lyft, but SDCCU blog is a great code to use.
Just say it.
It's
All
hard-
right.
All right, let's get back to the exclusive news because there's still more.
Robert, kick us off.
Yeah, Robert, let's get back.
Yes. So next up we have Monogram International. They've revealed several more of their keyring collections. The first one they have is a 5 set of Deadpool, which is limited to 500 pieces. And that looks to be $45. Next one they revealed was is it Tum Tums or Sum Sums?
I
You
say
guys know-
some, but I'm probably wrong.
Zoom, zoom.
Zoom Zoom. I like that one. So they have a collectible 3D foam keyring set. This one is limited at 600. It's got some of your favorite Disney characters in the package. Then after that, we've got the Marvel's Avengers 5-piece color pewter keyring set, which is awesome. It's got Thor's Mjolnir hammer, Captain America's shield, and so on. So there's 5 pieces in that set. And keeping with the Avengers theme, it's the Avengers foam keyring set. This one is exclusive to 400 sets, and it consists of 6 of the Avengers. And then lastly, they have the Nightmare Before Christmas 3D foam collectible keyring set, which features Jack and 4 of the other characters. So lots of, if you need your keyring set, head over to Monogram.
They're really cute, though. I mean, I'm not crazy about key rings in general, but these are stupidly adorable.
Yeah, no, they're a really good variety. They look to be really cool. So.
Yes. All right. So now we move to some off-site announcements, and Kim, or it's sort of off-site at least.
It's
Kim, why don't
off-site.
you kick us off since it's your area, right?
Kind of. Nintendo confirmed that they would be back at the Marriott Marina with the Nintendo Gaming Lounge, and this was through their Play Nintendo Tour Summer Tour website. They'll be back on Thursday through Sunday. The hours, we don't know the hours just yet, but in the past they were 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., so all day long, and it's a great way to kind of get away and take refuge, easy to get to, right next door from the convention hall, and just play some cool games.
Yes, I've looked in the door once, I think. I barely ever make it over there.
Well, we might all this year if we're picking up our lanyards there.
That's right. Yeah, we get to see more stuff.
So, in other news, we have some panel news. Sharknado 4 appears to be coming to San Diego Comic-Con. I'm sure that's on everyone's must-see list this year.
It's gonna fill up Hall H, man.
Right. Actress Stacey Dash did an interview with the Hollywood Reporter earlier this week, and they asked her basically like what she was doing in Sharknado 4, and she said, "I'd never even heard of Sharknado until I did it, but I'm proudly going to Comic-Con for them." So, Sharknado 4 will be back at the convention. I'm sure we're going to have a panel, considering that Sci-Fi is doing their whole live show, which is also going to be at the Marriott. The Marriott's just going to be where it's at this year. I'm sure it'll get some promotion there. I'm really rooting, though, for the Sharknado parades to be back. That's what I want.
Those are so annoying. But
you don't like them?
The whistles, I can remember hearing them from my hotel room, and I was like, "Oh, it's so loud. What is going on down there?" They had such good swag. They had good swag.
They did. And I don't know. There's just something fun about Sharknado, so I'm pretty okay with that. But that will be back, and yeah, it'll be everywhere again, I'm sure.
Yep. And so also this last week we had a lot of Comic-Con international news of things happening inside the convention center or official type things and details. So Kim, why don't you kick us off with the first one of those?
We kind of touched on it briefly, but just that Comic-Con International announced their Independent Film Festival schedule on Monday, and that it would be, as we said, it would be moving to the Marriott. I don't know much about it. It's not one I've ever gone to, but it looks like there's some really neat movies. So it's one of those things that you might find yourself there, and it'd be really interesting.
And those things typically have like cast members and producers and directors and writers show up that are in them.
Yeah, and sometimes they even get like some decent names. Like I think 2 years ago, Zachary Quino did a panel over there. Like, they get some decent people.
But the whole schedule is up already, so you can go see it and check it out and, find the things that you might be interested in.
Yeah, some of the panels are still to be announced, but lots and lots of movies, certainly Thursday through Sunday. So, Thursday through Saturday, and then Sunday's the awards.
The awards, right.
And go see my in real life coworker Kyle Roberts' film Heroes of the Realm at 3:50 on Thursday.
Cool.
So.
You heard it here. Do it.
You heard it here.
And then the other big news.
Yeah,
continues.
The other really big official news. I don't remember if it had started when we did the podcast last week, but badges started to be mailed. So right now it's been like 99.9% professional badges that have been mailed, but yesterday we had one general attendee who received their badge. So
One.
And I saw no one else today. So I don't know if he's an outlier. I don't know if we've really started to mail the general attendee badges. I don't know what's going on with that. And as a side note about that one dude, he purchased 2 badges, but they only mailed him his friends. Or they only mailed him his. They didn't mail him his friends, but there was a note in the envelope that said, like, the other one was on the way. So,
wow.
That's weird.
And I kind of want to check the mail right now.
So,
I know.
So they could have mailed them all separately?
Yes. So I have no idea what's going on with that. I have no idea, like I said, if he's literally the only general attendee who will receive their badge for like 3 weeks. I don't know what's going on. But
maybe it was. Maybe it was just a test to make sure everything was fine.
Maybe they mailed one badge.
We'll never know. It's a mystery.
So who knows? But like I said, badges are being mailed, and when you get your mail, it comes in like a really plain-looking envelope. So, which is great because it means it's less likely that someone will steal it, but it also means that you are potentially more likely to throw it away. So keep an extra close. Don't throw it away. Keep an extra close eye on your physical mail here in the next couple weeks. It also appears, based on that one general attendee badge, that everybody's badges are going to be Negan from The Walking Dead, which I think makes sense because I think the badge has to go with the paper part. You can't like swap them around because things need to match up in different systems, things like that. And I think surely they know that if they put different designs on the different badge types, that people would be way more likely to swap them.
Right.
So
yeah, to trade for the one they want.
Exactly. They know as well.
If they did that, don't do it until after the con. Last day.
Yeah.
When you're walking out.
So I think those are going to be all of them. But we also know that with the professional badges, they mailed out basically a pamphlet kind of talking about RFID and how it's going to work. And in that pamphlet, they confirmed that RFID stations are going to be located at Hall H, Indigo Ballroom, and at the entrances and exits of the convention center. So that's good news because what it implies is that we're not going to be scanning in and out after we're already in the convention center. So like it's not like you have to scan to even get into the convention center and then scan again to go into the exhibit floor and then scan to go out and then scan to go in Ballroom 20. Like that's not going to happen.
We just had someone tweet us on the picture of the pamphlet, and it says that the notice that came with badges says lanyards and bags and etc. will be picked up in sales.
In sales, all right. So I've been wondering about that for ages. An answer. Oh my God.
Thank you, Christine. Segers.
Oh, she's been reading forever. She's going to our party too.
So thank you for that picture, and there you go. There's the answer. Sales is where we'll be picking up. So it'll be a little bit easier than walking over to the Marriott.
Woo! And that's good because that's a tradition. That's just where you go.
Right.
Yes. Yes, indeed. All right. So that's basically the badge news. So what else do we have going on, guys?
We've got the souvenir book. So CCI just recently revealed the souvenir book cover, which is Wonder Woman, drawn by Babs Tarr. And this is kind of celebrate the 75th anniversary of Wonder Woman. You can expect the design to also be on one of the official Comic-Con International T-shirts, which there'll be multiple shirts to choose from this year. So, how do you guys feel about the design? I know WonderCon. Was it WonderCon that had Wonder Woman recently as well?
About 3 years ago, they did a Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I think it was 2013 or 14 because it was the year I went.
But it's cool. I mean, Wonder Woman's cool.
Yeah, she's in.
I think the WonderCon one, I preferred that art better.
I did too.
But it's still nice. I mean,
it is still nice. I'm not like crazy in love with it, but it's nice. I think Bob Starr does good work. What I'm more interested in is CCI said that they were going to have, for the shirts, in addition to the Wonder Woman one, they'd have 2 new logo design shirts, a new toucan shirt, and maybe a surprise or 2. And I was nice enough not to put it in the post, but I'm not nice enough to not say it here. I really hope the surprise is that the shirts are better quality.
Ooh. Now, are we talking like the fabric?
They're just not good. Like, even I really liked the Wonder Woman shirt from WonderCon a couple years ago. Like, the design is practically worn off just because it's not very good quality.
Mm.
So, I'm rooting for better quality shirts. Let that be the surprise, CCI.
All right. So, as you can see, there was a ton of news, and that's not even all of it. So, there was also childcare registration is open. Entertainment Earth is releasing exclusives every day, and they have contests going for exclusive giveaways, so you can check out all of that stuff. There's a ton of offsites, commissions for artists. I mean, we're starting to get little bits of panel news, not too many so far, but just check out the site. all of our different under the tents column. Every day or two, we'll have stuff. Just tons of news, tons, literal tons.
Literal tons. Like, I think we had like 15 posts or so yesterday.
Yeah, it was around that.
It was a little rough. Yeah.
And this is still,
early.
6 weeks until Comic-Con.
All while Kerry was trying to do party planning.
Oh, good.
Yes, everyone give a big congrats to Kerry for organizing the party and switching everything in a week. Less than a week.
Less than a week. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you, Kerry. She worked hard. So
you.
everyone say thank you, either in person when you see her at the party, or online, or wherever, or just thank it and let it go out there, and
Good
maybe she'll not die from exhaustion.
Maybe I'll be less cranky.
Her up while she types the next 15 articles in 3 hours tomorrow.
Pretty much, yeah. We have some more questions. Let's look at this.
Let's do questions.
When do T-shirts for SDCC usually go on sale? Tamara Gold asked that. I looked that up yesterday. What was the answer?
Soon.
Soon. I feel like we're like a week or two away. I feel like we're not too far out, but I don't think it'll be like tomorrow. But watch me be wrong. So.
Right. I'm going to go write the post now and leave all the pictures blank.
Good
We'll write
idea.
that tomorrow, and then it'll just be waiting because I think it's actually going to be soon.
And then Radon Orchid asked, so do you need to attend SDCC to get pre-reg next year? Yes, you do. Potentially. I suppose this year, since they're mailing badges, at this point in time, it's possible that you could have bought your badge and maybe you don't have to attend. But we don't know how any of that's going to work. We don't know if they've got something on there and that can tell if you never scanned your badge. We don't know if they're going to change pre-registration requirements to require you to have something to prove that you attended. We don't know any of that. So
right, yeah, that's an interesting question, is whether you can just buy a pass and then not go and still have your code valid.
I don't know.
Right?
Yeah, because if you don't, then what's the point of even requiring us to validate for pre-registration, right?
Right. So my suggestion would be, until we know for sure, is if you're not going, find a trusted friend who will carry your badge through one day.
Yeah, or contact CCI, because sometimes they're willing to make exceptions like that. But yeah, I wouldn't bank on that, is my answer.
And I'm not saying give it to your friend to use. I'm saying if they already have one and are attending legit, give it to them to walk through with and activate it.
Yes. All right. Any other questions, guys, or shall we?
Actually, there's one. Let me see. Oh, someone said that they used the Trolley Comic-Con pass on the Q&A. It was Rob, and he said he bought the Comic-Con. I guess they do a Comic-Con pass specifically for the show, and that works out really well.
Yeah, they do. It's like a 5-day fast special. It's got even cool art on it. It's pretty cool. But once that's announced, we will also post all that information on our site. But I think that it might be time for
one more question.
One more question.
Clark Ken asked, how about 2 tickets to Enchantment Under the SDCC as a contest or giveaway?
Well, I think we might just have our lovely friend here at the Prize Mule.
It's Clackifus.
It's Clackifus, the SDCC Prize Mule. And so, for those of you who don't know, we invented Prize Mule last year, and Prize Mule's coming back. So we will be all around the convention all 5 days, potentially, giving out things at random points in time.
There may be random different people with the Prize Mule.
Yes.
But the Prize Mule is giving the stuff away.
Yes.
There may be some helpers, because Prize Mule really doesn't do a lot of work.
We're escorts.
Yes.
Yeah. They make us carry Clackifus just makes us carry everything.
Yes.
Even though it's a prize mule.
It's a prize mule unicorn. Thank you very much. But but I think that Clackifus would like to give away 2 tickets to Enchantment Under the SDCC. And because we love you guys, these tickets are actually going to be not only are you going to get general admission, but you're also going to get 2 shirts as well, our event shirts. So pretty cool stuff. In order to win, you should go onto Twitter. You should tweet at the blog, which is at SD_comic_con. James, what are they going to tweet?
You are going to tweet us the reason why the mule does not need to carry any of the actual prizes.
And are we choosing the best one, or is it first one?
It's the first one who gives us an honest reason, not just because. That never worked for Mom. It doesn't work for us.
All right, so there's always a delay. So while we're waiting, anything else you guys want to talk about?
Don't forget Enchantment Under the SDCC is at Analog, but there's no more tickets left, so we're sorry. But thank you for selling it out. And the Uber code. What's the Uber code, Kim?
It is for $20 off your first ride. SDCC blog. I have a Pikachu.
It's a baby! Look at that!
Hi, Pikachu. She's got her Michelangelo.
Oh, that's so cool. Growing up, nerd.
Oh no.
That's awesome. So Clark T said he answered first, and his answer was because you are not a Sherpa. What do we think, guys? Is that a legitimate answer?
Well, the thing is...
Yes.
Yes. I'm going to take that because it's the first one.
All right.
I am not a Sherpa.
I'm not a Sherpa either. All right.
Even though, there you go.
All right, Clark.
We have our Sherpas, but
Clark Kinty, you have won 2 tickets to Enchantment Under the SDCC. I will send you a direct message after the show is over and get all of your information, and we will get you all squared away. To everyone else, if we have refunds, we'll announce some information about a waitlist. Let's give Kerry a day, maybe without party planning, so it may be Thursday before we have a better answer. But I promise we want to take care of you guys as much as we possibly can, so if we feel that that's a viable option, we will definitely pursue it.
And we will make sure we announce it before it happens,
Yes.
so that you can have time to get onto the wait list.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. So, in closing...
Robert?
Don't forget to sign up for our awesome newsletter. Lots of good information in there. And you can find the link to that in the show notes.
Everything else is up on our site. That's my answer. Everything.
Thank you all for joining us tonight. We hope you'll join us every week as we bring you news, opinions, and special guests.
Oh, yes.
Starting
Okay.
next week.
Starting next week. Okay, so barring any last-minute screenings or things that he has to appear, next week we will be joined by Jermaine, our friend Jermaine Lucier of IO9, formerly Slash Film, who we love. Jermaine. He will be coming on so that we can talk about what movies might be heading to San Diego Comic-Con this year. And Jermaine always knows his stuff. He's got really great insight. It's always one of my very favorite shows that we do every year. So we have a guest for you guys next week. It's not just us.
Yay!
Yay!
All right. Robert, where can we find more of your work on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at Legion of Sand. I'm always tweeting, so you can find me there. But Kerry, where can we find more of your work on the internet?
You can find me at Kerry Dixon on Twitter, although honestly, you can mostly just find me on the blog Twitter from between now and August. Kim, where can we find more of your work on the internet?
I am Outside Comic Con on Twitter and Facebook, and don't go to my website because it's been hacked, so that needs to be fixed.
Well,
Stupid hackers.
Stupid.
James, where can we find some more of your work? James, where can we find some more of your work on the
James.
internet?
I am everywhere at Dan Regal, and you can check out geekshotphoto.com for social media links to all of the photos and such for my wife and I. And also, we did it during the podcast, but the blog has an official Instagram now, SDCC blog on Instagram. If you want to follow it there, we will actually start using it, and we will use it during the convention as well this year. The Disembodied Voice runs it. Say hello, Disembodied Voice.
Hello.
That's Beth, the Disembodied Voice of the SDCC blog.
Thank you, Disembodied Voice of Beth. We are also on iTunes. If you'd like to subscribe us, the links are up on the blog, or search for SDConCast. If you like what you've heard so far, please review us. We are also on Stitcher Radio. The link is in the show notes.
If you want to get a hold of us, you can send us an email at sdcomiccon.blog@gmail.com, or find us on Facebook at facebook.com/sdconblog, or tweet us at sd_comic_con. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Everybody, go
Sharma. That's pretty in tune.
Pikachu.
Sparkle.